Can. Hey, what's up, everybody?
Hello.
Welcome back to the Garden State Film Festival 2025, the 23rd year of this amazing film festival.
23 years.
My name is Ming Chen.
CJ Cullen.
We are live at the Shared Universe Podcast Lounge at the Berkeley Oceanfront Hotel. We got a full house here in Asbury Park. Amazing filmmakers, creatives. We're surrounded by them, CJ.
We
are. Surrounded by them. We were surrounded by them all weekend. People are like, how are you doing this all weekend? Because we're talking to so many cool people, man. It's great.
We could do this all day.
Yeah, we're going to introduce you to all of them. Let's start here to my left. Could you please introduce yourself?
Sure.
And right into the microphone, right up to your mouth.
Right into the microphone.
Perfect.
Charles Mudd, one of the executive producers for 47.
Awesome. And to your left?
I'm Lori Clemens Meyer, and I am the writer and a co-producer.
Amazing. To your left?
Catherine Mudd. I'm also an executive producer.
Awesome. And then to your right?
Laurel Harris. I am one of the executive producers, and star of 47.
Amazing. Could you tell us about 47?
I'd love to.
Thank you. Go for it.
Imagine that. 47 is about a woman who wants to have it all: a family, a career, and struggles with kind of both, really, but definitely with having her own family.
That's amazing. What was the main inspiration behind the writing and the creation of 47?
Well, the story, Laurel Harris and I kind of came up with it together based on our own personal experiences, and we really wanted to shed some light on the idea of having infertility, being infertile, being told we're infertile, and being childless.
Fantastic.
How was acting in the film?
Yeah.
It was awesome. I got to say it was a little trippy because it was based on our story, but then I was also behind the scenes and then in front of the camera. So it was kind of a triple
double duty.
layer.
Or triple duty,
layer,
yeah.
What about the rest of the cast and working with them?
Oh, man, amazing. We've really lucked out. We had an incredible cast. Dan Loria from the Wonder Years. Most people
love I met him numerous times. He's the nicest guy.
He's the nicest guy.
We're 80s kids, so
we totally
we worship the Arnold family.
I actually
for sure.
met him, and we spoke for like 2 hours. Just kept talking. It was amazing. Amazing.
Yeah. And then Iris Almario was a friend of mine who's been on The Walking Dead and Jane the Virgin and all kinds of shows. And I said, I want you to play, not to give too much away, but my father is Dan, and he has a new wife. Yeah. And she's about my age, and they're able to conceive. So it's that double-edged sword thing. And then Diane Robin, who a lot of people will know from RoboCop and NCIS and all kinds of other things, played kind of the antagonist character. So really stellar cast.
Did this play earlier today already?
Have you screened yet?
Screen?
Yes, we screened last night.
How'd it go?
Oh, it was fantastic. We had a great crowd and was really well received and had great questions, and the audience was really fantastic.
This was actually the first time that Catherine, one of our executive producers, got to see it. So I'm curious, what was it like for you on the
This is the
screen?
first time you saw the full cut, locked, everything, music, everything. What are your thoughts?
It was amazing to see it on the the large screen. It was really touching film, and you could just sense that everybody else in the audience felt as we did.
That's amazing.
Is this the first screening of it then?
Yeah. Have you screened this in public before, or have you submitted to other festivals?
Yes, we had our West Coast premiere last summer.
Yeah, LA Shorts International Film Fest.
Okay.
Pretty prestigious.
Not bad to start things rolling.
Not bad. That's a good start.
The East Coast premiere is really here in state.
Yeah.
So, I was here last year, winning Best Screenplay.
Oh.
And
for this?
No, for a different script. And so I was just thrilled to be back here and to have this group with me. It's fantastic.
And you filmed in LA? Filmed in LA?
Yes.
Yeah, we did in Malibu, actually. And Lori's the reason why we're here, because she kept raving about Garden State.
Yeah.
Wow.
We have to go back to Garden State. I said, okay.
And we all need that one friend to champion that one thing. So you got to come on. You understand. It's like, all right, fine, we'll
this
come.
This festival's really
good. We had a lot of LA people on the couch this year talking.
A lot of people flew out 3,000 miles to be here. Was she right, though? about God's State?
100%. Yeah.
Absolutely.
And Charles, what did you think?
Absolutely.
Because you came in with Catherine from Chicago.
Oh, yeah.
So
Oh, wow.
It's been
This was your first time.
absolutely phenomenal. We were just outside talking about the films that we saw today, and have just really been impressed, not only with the films, but also the pairing and of shorts and features. They've really gone to lengths here to make
Kind
it
of like a
work.
concept.
Yeah, concept, exactly, right.
Yeah.
Yeah, they do a pretty good job.
Pretty good
programming,
matching
for
it
sure.
up. Even though it's really hard to do that with all these films. They're all
Sure.
different.
It's a lot.
and it's not too bad to end our experience here with a great podcast.
Oh,
Just
yeah.
saying.
Oh,
Absolutely.
thank you.
Right.
Wow. I mean,
Just saying.
yeah, or well, the ultimate and great ending would be an award, which you've won already.
Yeah.
Oh, wait.
Yeah.
Last year.
Yeah, if you win one,
Yeah.
possibly tonight. I
We
don't
have
know
3
anything.
nominations. So
Yeah.
Wow.
That- we're just
We
blown
got
away.
That's a good
nominations.
chance.
That's a good chance.
really
and then you'll have
nice.
him yelling when
Yeah,
you win.
yeah, yeah.
I'll be the first one to high five you as you walk up with that award.
Yes.
Sounds fantastic.
Yeah,
Look forward to it.
what was it like winning best screenplay? You said
Oh
last year?
yeah,
What was that like?
It was amazing. I love the script that we won with, and to go to the Sunday night gala and stand up in front of people and win the award.
Well, plus you got to have a reading of it.
yeah, we got a
They
reading.
did the reading of it?
Yeah.
This year?
Last
Or last
year.
year. They did the reading and then they won an award? Wow.
Yeah.
So is this going to be made?
Cross your fingers.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
Cross everything.
it won a prestigious award.
They won a prestigious award. You got the reading down?
Might as well
Yeah.
make it. Yeah, and
Oh, yeah.
and not bad having Matthew Modine cheering you on as you win an award.
That
That's
was
pretty cool,
pretty
right?
amazing to have Matthew Modine. Just between here and there.
Yeah. Now
Yeah,
everybody's
it's great.
sitting here. Are these longtime collaborators? Like, how did you guys all meet?
Laurel and I met about 25 years ago. We're both actors, and we met acting, and we started to write, and I continued on with it, and we said we got to just make our own stuff.
Yeah.
And then Laurel, I'll let her talk about how she.
Well, we
Charles
we
and
started this
Catherine.
project for 47, and then we needed to kick in some finishing funds, so we did a Kickstarter campaign.
Oh.
And Charles, I'll let you take it from there because
Yeah,
we kind of
please.
met that way.
So I saw the film or the Kickstarter and was interested right away because Catherine and I went through our own infertility issues. We're very fortunate to have 2 wonderful sons, but it appealed to us, and so I reached out to Laurel, and I think then we kind of the Kickstarter campaign ended. I got busy and so forth,
Yeah.
and then she reached out a few months later, emailed me and said, "Hey, do you want to have a conversation?" We hit it off incredibly well, and Catherine and I then came into the film, and it's been a whirlwind, wonderful time ever since.
Yeah. Speaking of that whirlwind, wonderful time. What was production like? What was the shooting schedule? How many days? How much time? We'll start with that, and then
Yeah.
we'll talk about pre and post production.
Okay. Yeah, we had 3 days of actual shooting.
Okay.
And 1 day of rehearsal, which was, I don't think you really ever get that. So
Yeah, not for independent film. Yeah.
no,
We had people on the cast saying we went right into it.
We
Like,
ran into it and crossed our
Yeah,
fingers, and it worked out.
Yeah.
But yeah,
It really is like that, and I'll let Laurel speak more to that. But boy,
Yeah, it's a whirlwind. It's indie film.
Yep.
It's like we got no money. Let's go.
yeah, we don't have time to mess around.
Yeah.
No.
We actually did have some funds, and then kind of classic thing right before we started, they were gone.
Yep.
Long story short, and it was that panic of okay, we're going to do this.
so how did you get
But,
such a great cast?
Well, Dan Laurie and I had been friends for a while. Laurie had known him too, and we had actually gone to him. I had gone to him many times and said, "Hey, I really want to do something together," and he was all on board. But every script that we brought to him, he was like, "Nope." No,
he's very selective then.
Yeah.
He knows
Well,
what
he's
looking for.
hardcore, and
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
totally respect that. I mean
I
that
do
with
too.
all due respect because he's the best for what he does. You
Yeah.
know.
Mhm.
Yep.
And finally, we brought him a script, and he went, "All right,
Good job, you've done it.
yeah. I can do that one."
You've done it.
So yeah, and then it was total kismet the way it worked out with our schedules because he's so busy and the location that we got and flying everybody in and yeah. So then post production, we thankfully had the Muds on board at that point. So most of our team was in Colorado. We got post done there, and then we've been on the road ever since.
Wow.
Yeah, with the
Amazing.
festivals.
The locations. Did you have a lot of locations? Is it one location?
one location.
Kind of, yeah, mostly.
I mean, mostly there
Yeah.
was a little
ancillary stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah,
but
shots are in there. But you said the main location is in Malibu.
We wanted to keep it easy. Yeah, we had a house in Malibu that was breathtaking and looking over the ocean, and yeah.
Oh yeah, if
it
you can
was
secure
kinda
that,
easy
yeah, you
peasy.
use
Yeah.
it.
You got to do it.
Yeah, you definitely use it.
Had a huge lawn, so in between we could go, lay out on the lawn for a few seconds.
Right.
Yeah,
Get a little breather.
Yeah. Now, crowdsourcing, kickstarting. In on paper, it's a great idea. Just grabbing small amounts from a lot of people.
That's
asking
very
people
tough. Tough to get
support
it.
you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also tough, and it's not all wine and roses with the Kickstarter. But how was it? Would you recommend it to other people for you're raising funds to either finish or maybe even produce a project? Would you recommend it?
I would. I think that you need to have mentors along with you to show you how to do it effectively. Because you can easily not meet your goal.
Yeah.
And Laurel championed that one, and just I helped out as much as I could, but I highly recommend it. But again, have somebody on your team that's really knows what they're doing, and Laurel just
Well, we hired a guy.
fantastic.
Do I give a plug here?
Oh yeah, sure. Yeah. I mean, if he did a great
Justin
job,
Giddings, the Kickstarter guy.
Yeah. If he did a great job,
I mean,
absolutely,
I'll cop it up.
give the plug.
Yeah. He was great, and I don't think I could have done it without him,
Okay.
and I don't think I would recommend doing it without somebody unless you've done it before.
I agree.
So he was instrumental because there was so much marketing that I didn't know about, and if you don't have that lined up and ready to go before, I mean, it's no joke. He says, plan about 90 days minimum before you launch to get yourself prepped.
Yeah.
Right.
So
And-
that was key. Yeah.
And if you look at Kickstarter today over where the projects were when it first started, the production value of the campaigns, has just been an exponential scale. And so if you don't have that kind of production value going in, you're already 2 steps behind.
Yeah, I think I remember in the
good point.
beginning, like maybe someone in a grainy cell phone was like, "Hey, give me money, I'm making a film."
Yeah.
Like,
Hey. Just.
Yeah, and now,
You need a whole.
You got to have a big impact that hits you right away. It's like, oh, that looks awesome. Yes, here's.
You need your whole sale pitch that you're gonna.
Here's
be
$10,
pitching
here's
from,
$100, here's $1,000. The better you can.
And it worked because seeing 47s, going through Kickstarter, just perusing and coming across 47, it grabbed me, not only with the subject, but the content and the people behind it. And here we are. So.
That's great.
That's amazing.
it's a success story.
Yeah. In the making of this, so besides budget and time and the usual thing, what was the biggest challenge you had to overcome?
Oh gosh. Laurel, you
From
start.
A to Z.
Narrow that down.
How about which part wasn't as challenging?
Okay, yeah, sure. Yeah.
No, I'm
Either
kidding.
one, yeah.
Well, I'll tell you, one of the biggest challenges was actually Justin and some other folks that we had as mentors had said, you're going to do a whole lot better. You're going to have better odds if you get it down to 15 minutes or less.
Okay.
Yeah.
What is the runtime?
We had a 30-minute script, and we got it down to 15.
Oh, wow.
Wow,
That's
that's a big edit. That's a big
it's
cut.
It's a huge edit for a short.
But yeah, for the film festival route, that 15 is
It's
gold,
tight.
right? That's the magic.
That's
the
it.
magic.
That,
Yeah, it's the
I've
magic
run
slot.
numerous ones. That 15 is a good number.
Yeah,
Yeah, I would say
yeah.
that's a big challenge. You
tough.
got major plot lines,
Yeah.
things that you maybe deemed essential in 30
Absolutely.
minutes to cut it down in half. That's a lot.
Well, and so there's 2 sides to that, right? I mean, there's also the content. A lot of festivals are like, well, we're not looking for that kind of content. We're looking for something else.
Right.
But if we're in the running and our film is within a certain time, we've got a lot better chances.
Yeah,
I think
it's true.
So.
It's true.
Yeah. So get it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that was the biggest challenge for me as the writer.
Yeah.
Hey, can you cut this in half and still make it good?
Yeah, we had people that had like sitcoms that were like 30 minutes, but they had to look for festivals that were looking for sitcoms.
Sure.
Yeah.
Otherwise, they said they were not getting in for 30 minutes.
Well, there's like over 400 festivals now.
Yeah.
It wasn't like that 20, 30 years ago when we were
No.
doing it. So now it's like you got to be really specific and know where you're going.
Yeah. So speaking of that, what's the future for 47?
Yeah.
Do you have more festivals coming up that you're screening at, and beyond?
Yeah, we've entered more festivals, and I think we're waiting to hear back on some more.
Yep.
And I think we're looking at doing some writing for possibly a feature, possibly
Amazing.
series. Whatever.
Yeah, to be more specific, we got notice that we're in the second level or the next tier for Atlanta to go to there in the fall. And then we've got some in New York and some others on the East Coast that we're looking at for the fall. And then in the meantime, another one of our producers has taken this and run with it, and he's shopping it around Hollywood right now for feature and possible series.
That's amazing.
great.
So,
Yeah, well, great luck with that for sure.
Thank you.
Really that,
Yeah.
I'm glad the screening went well.
It was fantastic.
Yeah, I'm glad you guys are here at Garden State. It is. We're biased because we live 20 minutes away and we've
right
been
here.
involved for a number of years. But we also go to a lot of film festivals, and this is one of our
Quite a
favorites
bit,
for
yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and for us, I want to say it's an honor to have our producers here too. Some of our
Yeah,
executive
I'm glad that
producers,
everyone's
That's
able
great.
to come
It's
over
great that
here.
you got to
Don't
see
always
it
get
here.
that. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
awesome.
happy.
Thank you
guys
for
are
having
here.
us.
Yeah, I just love looking here. We got the whole crew here.
I know. It's nice
yeah.
to have the whole
It's
family.
It's really amazing. Congrats again. Enjoy the rest of
Thank
your time
you.
here.
And good luck tonight.
Yeah, great
Thank
luck tonight.
you. Thank
We're,
you for
Yeah.
having us here.
yeah, I'm not a judge, but I can throw out good vibes for sure.
Okay,
I
good. We'll
appreciate
take them.
it. Yeah, we'll take them.
Yeah, for sure. So yeah, definitely check out 47, everybody. Garden State Film Festival. We're not done yet. We got a couple more hours of film, so you have time to
Yeah.
get down here, check out a few more film blocks.
Quite a few more interviews.
Yeah, or if you want to hang out with us, we'll be at the awards dinner tonight. I think there's still tickets if you want to get dressed up and eat some good food. And I love just hanging out with people at the awards dinner. So it's amazing. But thank you guys so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
47, everybody. Garden State Film Festival. We're not done streaming. We'll
We
back
got one coming right up.
Yeah, we'll be back in a second.
They're right out the door waiting.
Yeah, that's right. So we'll see you guys in a bit. Stay tuned.